here on the lovely back porch with all the building sounds of my neighbor, possibly lawn sounds of other people. Hopefully, that's not what we'll hear. I think that my little earbuds cut out a lot of the sound, so we should be fine. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's start. Um, so let's start with the lymph flush. I feel like this is always a good thing to do. So rubbing your hands together, taking your your right hand to your left clavicle, and you're just going to go kind of above it and maybe even under it a little bit. So this subclavicular area which is under the clavicle, is where the lymph that has been through your whole body is going to go and reintegrate with your blood flow before it comes out again. Whenever I say things like that are scientific, even if I've learned them a bunch of times, I'm always like, is that really what happens? I doubt myself. Let's try the other hand, same thing, left hand on the right. And the reason that we start on the left side first is because the left side, the left lymph, this upper quadrant, this upper lymph is doing like 3/4 of our body. The right side is doing like the upper part and our cisterna chyli, but the left is doing both sides of our legs and guts and that arm. So we want to make sure that that one is clear and happy first. And also, I just want to reframe that like exercise, breath practice, meditation, all that stuff is all body stuff. I know, cat, super duper cat, Squeaky Deaky has been on the run this morning. Yeah, and I didn't take away. Sometimes I move their little scratching post, and I didn't today. Then we're going to come up, both hands, angle of the jaw. And you can also start in the angle of the jaw and then work your way along this ridge of your chin, feeling in like one of my, right up here, I can feel one just a little bit inflamed. If you're having allergies and stuff like that, I feel like doing this lymph work can help clear out some of that stuff. It's just sad that this isn't taught like in first grade. Here, we're going to clear our lymph. Everyone would be a little healthier. And then also nutrition and exercise and calmness. We can affect our nervous system. Let's do just one on the face, which is right here. And you're going to squish your face around. So like wiggle it, move it. And then just a sweep under your cheekbones. Just getting those sinuses to have a little more spaciousness and letting some of whatever might be stuck in there move out. Shake that out. And we're going to do armpit, pec area. This is the right hand going to my left. You can also move this arm around. So as I'm in there, if I'm moving my body from the inside, I'm touching in on the outside, I'm definitely going to get those lymph nodes to have some action, right? From moving inside and outside at the same time. Switch it to the other side, same thing. So I want to also say, in the past almost 2 years now, I've done like a lot of practices, but really 1 year that I started to like really have a lot of things that I do in the morning. Breath work, usually the lymph flush, often a walk outside in the morning light, moving forward in space in the morning light, really important for our circadian rhythm. Come into your cisterna chyli. And I used to have really bad allergies, and they were getting worse and worse every year. And I have to say, I have them a little bit, but they're not bad at all. They don't torture me. So cisterna chyli, you can see, here's my belly button. Here's the bottom of my ribs. It's right in the middle. And I'm going to move again a little bit from the inside. So I'm moving inside and I'm touching in and I'm saying, hello, cisterna chyli. Let's clear out whatever might be stuck in there, if anything's stuck in there. Maybe it's not. Next place, front of the inguinal fold. Just here's my hip bones, my ASIS, pubic bone, right in the middle. If you lift your leg, it should be just sort of up there, sort of base of your front of your pelvis. And then we're going down to the back of the knees. And like each of these things, we don't need to spend 4 hours on any one of them. Like 15 to 30 seconds is great. And then we're going to come starting with twisting. And I'm shifting my weight in this twist, really moving a lot for right now. And then I'm going to not shift my weight and stay in the middle. And I'm just going to feel as I'm spiraling what's happening with my feet. What are they doing? Are they pushing off? Feeling the pads of my feet on the floor. Just bringing in that proprioceptive awareness, interoceptive awareness, kinesthetic awareness. So the interoception is my awareness of what's happening in my body, often on an organ level, but it could just be like, oh, I can feel the inside of my hands are really hot. That's interoception. Proprioception, my arm is moving up and down in relationship to my shoulder, or I can touch my nose. Proprioception. Kinesthetic awareness. Here I am in my kinesphere. That's high, that's low, side, side. That is kinesthetic awareness. So just bringing this awareness online. These are neural pathways when we're in those places that if you don't use them, you don't really have much in there. Inhale, lift, open, reach up. Exhale, feel your kinesphere. Drop your head, relax your knees. Inhale, sweep it out and up. Open, chest, heart, and lungs. Exhale, stretching out through the vascular system, through the nerves, through the fascia. Drop it down, let go. So whole body getting long, really reaching. And let it go. Drop it down, soften. 2 more. Inhale, open. Heart, lungs, chest, diaphragm. Exhale, soften, surrender, melt. Last one. Inhale up and open, and exhale, take it down, shifting from side to side, bending one knee and then the other. And then come into center. Just going to lower my camera a little bit. And I'm going to frame the cat. Hands inside of your feet, bend your knees over your toes, and then tail up, head toward the floor. You don't have to have your biggest stretch right now. What I'm more interested in is the plie. Press it up, bending your knees over your toes. Stretch and plie. So dynamic stretching, we're moving as we stretch. We're not just hanging out in the stretch. Bend and stretch. This hydrates the tissue. This is the prep for more strength work and more stretching work. Bend and stretch. Then we're going to take it down. You're halfway down. Hello. And in that halfway point, I'm going to show you this sideways. My feet are wider than my sticky mat. I'm here, and I'm going to shift my weight forward and then backward, right? Weight shifting forward, weight shifting backward. This is firing up my quads. Really feel the relationship of my feet to my calves and shins. And I also can feel that head, tail, head reaching forward, tail reaching back, head reaching forward, tail reaching back. Take it up, release. You can go with straight legs if you want or bent knees. Free up your spine. And then we're taking it into a downward dog, but your downward dog is going to have feet wide, knees bent, circling wrist, ankle, ankle, wrist, circling around, feeling the connection of your joints of your wrist and your ankles, feeling the connection of your shoulders and hips, and then head, tail inside of that. Change direction other way. So again, really dynamic movement. We're not going for our biggest stretch. We're hydrating joints. We're hydrating tissue, prepping for movement, tissue prep. I mean, we are moving, but prepping for more intense movement. And then we're going to come in. This shirt seemed like it was a good idea, but maybe it's just too annoying because it keeps riding up. Taking it into a downward dog. From your dog, walk through one knee and then the other, looking under your armpit, letting your spine really move, stretching into one hip and then the other. And then we're going to lift your heels high, scoop your belly in, round your spine, roll it all the way forward. Find your plank, push your heels back, strong plank here, shoulders down, neck long. Drop your head, push with your arms, roll it up to the ceiling, rounding through your spine, reach, 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 and then lower your heels. Heels high, scoop your belly in, tail to head, rolling it all the way through, pushing head forward, heels back. Find that strong plank. Drop your head, push with your arms, Roll it up to the ceiling, reach your butt to the sky, and lower your heels. Heels high, scoop your belly in, tail to head, rolling it forward. Find your length, drop your head, push with your arms, roll it up to the ceiling, find a little arch, lower down. 2 more like that, up, round, curl, roll it forward, find your plank, push back with your heels, draw the shoulders down, drop your head, roll it up, lower your heels, last one. Heels high, scoop your belly in, roll it forward, and then drop your head, roll it up to the ceiling, lower your heels. And let's bend the knees toward the floor, taking your weight forward, coming into tabletop. Tops of the feet are going to uncurl. From here, we're just going to do an easy cat-cow first, arching and curling, really drawing your... So in the arch, I'm letting my scapula kind of widen and do this on my back. And then in the curl, I'm doing the exact opposite. They're going like that. So I'm widening. It's like they're doing a little teeny spiral. And then I'm drawing them in. Bottom of the scapula goes out. Bottom of the scapula goes in. One more time. Push and round and curl. Let's go over the back of the hands into a forearm plank and just make your little monkey fists. Then you're going to roll your forearms in and out. So I'm pushing weight into my arms, like it's not just relaxed. I'm bringing my weight onto it and pushing down. So I'm really massaging into my forearms, getting that radius to roll over the ulna. So they're parallel here. When I do that, this radius goes over the ulna. All right, then we're going to do one more thing for the wrists. It's going to be elbows to the floor, come up, push through your hands, lower your heel of your hand. So it's like a releve, pushing through. If you need to, you can take your weight back, but if it's possible to keep your weight forward on your arms, you'll get more strength work. So we're doing like a balance of things here, right? We're working a little bit with mobility. We're also working a little bit with flexibility with your hand, and we're also working a little bit with strength. All 3 things happening at the same time. 2 more. And then coming up, and we're going to do a head and tail circle. So the whole thing circling around, lots of freedom in your spine. And then change direction other way. Think of really actively pushing with your arms into the floor. So you're not just passively hanging out there, but you're pushing through your hands. Good. And now let's come onto our backs and do a little bit of ab work. So let's start with elbow to knee crossing over, going 1 in, 1 out. Really lengthen the bottom leg. Let's just add lengthen and then flex your foot and point. Lengthen, flex, point. I just lengthen. You gotta think about it. Flex, point, reach it out. Flex, point, reach it out. Flex, point, reach it out. Flex, point, cross. Flex, point, cross. Flex, point. Now both feet are going to flex. Cross, flex. It should make it easier. Cross. If you were doing both feet before, change it so it's just one. Flex, point, cross. Flex, point, cross. Flex, point, cross. Flex, point, cross. Flex, point. Last one. And relax. Drop your head down. Easy knee drops from side to side. So we're coming back to neutral. Releasing, massaging through your butt and your hips, letting your inner thighs totally open through the center. So it's opening, opening, and then closing, closing. Learning that pattern of movement in your body. So sometimes people want to just move the whole thing as a unit. But for right now, we want to have 2 separate legs. One opens, one closes. One opens, one closes. Letting that massage out your butt. Then we're going to change it. You're going to stay on one side and you're just going to take a little rock. So this rock is really to get some shear in there into the back of your hip and your glute, and then switch it to the other side. Same thing, rocking, feeling that whole big pack of muscles in your butt kind of shifting on your ischium. And then come back into center, and let's pick up your pelvis, circles in one direction, and then the other way. Good, and we're going to walk the feet in a little, stay up, and you're just going to go for a little march, lifting one leg up at a time. It's like the knee is just arcing up into space. You're pushing down with one leg, the other one is arcing up. So it's like this little set of scissors separating. That looks good. Now we're going to add a straighten on top. So you're going to go up, reach it out. Let's add a flex, point, fold it in and down. Up, reach it out, flex, point, fold it down. Up, out, flex, point, trying to keep the pelvis high the whole time. Up, out, flex, point. This is when I really think about pressing up as the other leg's coming down. Up, out, flex, point, fold it in, push. Up, out, flex, point, fold it in, push. Up, out, flex, point, fold, up, out, flex, point, fold, and release. Roll the whole thing down. Soften into the floor. Let's take a heel rock there. Well, it's really a foot push, and you are letting your body relax. So soften your guts like you are one of those old-fashioned lava lamps that goes from side to side. All the inside stuff pours one way and then the other way. Ideally, head is bobbling up and down, rib cage, lungs, and heart moving, head, tongue, and neck relaxed. And then let's bring it back. I wanted to do another thing in that bridge. So coming up, again, you can open your feet a little wider so they're about shoulder distance apart. Feet still parallel. Take a little rock forward and backward there. You'll feel your hamstrings fire up a bit more. Staying high. Once you've got that going, interlace your hands behind your butt. Walk your shoulders close together. Inhale, knees open. Exhale, knees closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale. So that tissue in your quad and hamstring and inner thigh and outer thigh is getting this really circular movement around as it's internally rotating and externally rotating. Your femur is also doing that. So happy movement for your hip socket. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Open, close. You're rolling across your foot. Awareness in your little feeties. Open, close, and last one. Bring it in, open it out, shoulders wide, roll it down through your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Shake it all out. Let everything get jiggly. Relax your butt. Relax your head, tail. And when I say head, tail, I mean the whole line. Head through your spine to your tail. We could also say your head, your cranium, your ribs, and your pelvis. Like free that all up. Relax your tongue. And let's do this one. It's just kind of mixture of Pilates and gyro. One leg at a time. It's going to come in, going 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to circle both legs out and around and switch. Going 1, 2, 3, circle it out. 1, 2, 3, circle open. 1, getting a hamstring stretch there. 2, 3, open it up. 1, 2, 3. If you want to drop your head down, you can. If you feel like you're getting too much tension in your neck, you can also come down to the floor. One more set. and relax. Drop it down. You're going to internally rotate your feet. So feet are wide, internally rotating one leg at a time. Again, we're getting that spiral of all that tissue inward. And think of it even going into your hip and your pelvis, right? So that this whole front body gets a chance. I'm going to move my hand. So that happens. And then on this side, same thing. Internal rotation. This part of your body gets a little closing, spiraling, breathing into it. Yeah, if I keep this leg pointing to the ceiling, then I get double internal rotation, which is great. So I recommend that. You can let this one open, but it's going to be a very different thing than this. And then coming in, and let's do circles with the legs. Again, these can be small, they can be big. You can lift your butt up to the ceiling and go really high with them using your arms more. Really up to you. So legs are going to come up. If you feel like it, take it into up off the floor with your butt, open it out, down, and in. Really work with what feels good to you today. Up, open it out, and then I'm going to point up and then flex down. Pointing up, flexing down. And I'm taking my head to the floor here, and then as my legs come down, I'm looking towards my feet. And my arms are helping partner me. So my arms are pushing into the floor just as much as I need. 2 more. Last one. And let's stay open here and just rock from side to side. You can bend one knee, bend the other. Just out of reach of squeaky deaky over there. Let that massage through your back, lower back and sacrum, getting some massage. You can also do it with your legs open. And then let's come in, feet wide, both legs internally rotate. Take your hands and just let yourself internally rotate that tissue at the top of your thigh more. It's going to ideally make your back arch a little bit. So you're not staying tucked here, but you're arching. Actually, it feels kind of good to do this. Let's get that internal rotation through the legs, getting the tissue to go in further with your hands. And then from that, when you're in a little bit of an arch, just let that release come into a slight curl. And again, arch, slight curl. So I'm moving my spine. Arch, slight curl. And again, arch and slight curl. Shake it out, let it go. And let's flip over. And we haven't done this one in forever, but I used to do this one. I know, Saul, you used to come to my class at Greenwich. And when we had, I think that for a very brief period of time, we had like the advanced Pilates class. This is what we're going to do. You're going to put one foot in front of the other. You're on your hip. And you're going to inhale, press up, and then exhale, bend, and come down. So I'm traveling on this diagonal up and down, pressing up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, just 8. And then swing your legs around to the other side, same thing. So hand is kind of far away so you can find that diagonal. 1, butt down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to come back around to the first side one more time. This time on our forearm. This is slightly more advanced. I'm doing like more strength training in this class than I would in one of the Monday or Saturday classes. So pressing up, you're going to take your top foot in front so it can go down toward the floor. We're going to take the bottom leg forward and backward, going 1, 2. If you find it's too hard, just stop and hang out there. 3, 4, 5. We're going to go for 6. 6. And come down. And swing the legs around to the other side. So yeah, if you feel like Ooh, this is a little too much. Just do like 2 of them. Then maybe wait and maybe do 2 more. So it's always like up to you to listen to your own body and find ways to be in a challenge, but not totally kill yourself. Pressing it up. One foot is, you could be here, but I feel like this is a better position. Taking it forward and back around the bottom. 1, 2, chest open. 3, 4, 5, 6, and come down. Let's open up into a straddle. Yeah, so now we should have done a lot of stuff. We should be in a good place to do some static stretching. But what I will say also for me in static stretching is that I actually feel like I get way more out of it if I micro move a little bit in my stretches. So I'm really feeling into my body. Let's go to the side. So we're going to be sideways, breathing into that. You can point, you can flex, or be relaxed, whatever feels good to you. Then we're going to push into the floor, open toward the ceiling. So my bottom hand is pushing so I get this spiral. Breathing into that. Big breathing. So if we breathe big in one of these stretches, we're giving our lungs more space. And then take it down to face your leg. And push the floor away. Come up to center. Wiggle it out. Over to the other side. Side stretch. Breathing. Feel the inner body opening toward the outer body. Deep center line radiating outward. And then push the floor away. Open, look up. Push with the bottom hand. Chest, lungs, and heart. Big breathing. And turn and face your leg. So the breathing provides that micro movement. Take it down. And then push the floor away and come up. Let's flex and take it down the middle. Just walking down, going as far as you can go into the cat hair of my floor, which I did sweep ahead of time, but those little guys have a lot of little tufts of fur everywhere in the house. It's like you can vacuum and then immediately within 20 minutes there's more little tufts around, especially when Gaylord and Squeaky Deaky start playing with each other. Then it's like they both have, massive, obviously Squeaky Deaky is totally white, but Gaylord's very white. And like so they smack at each other. They have little tufts of each other's hair under their nails. It's funny. They're not horribly violent with each other. Just cat level violence. Let's come onto our sides. We're going to go kick it up, touch it in, rotate out, kick it up, and come down. Up, in, turn it out, kick it up, and come down. So I'm going to go flexed for the kicks. Up, I'm pointing in, turning out, kicking it up, coming down. Up, in, rotate, up, down, up, in, rotate, up, down, 4 more, in, out, up, down, 3, in, out, up, down, 2, in, out, up, down, last one, up, in, out, up, and down. Just bend your knees, tap it out for a second, let it go. But let's quickly roll it around to the other side. So flipping it over in whatever way you need to. Taking it down onto your side. And it's going to be up to the passe, rotate, batma, lower. Up, passe, in, out, lift, down, up, in, rotate, up, down. I want to say my bottom hip, my bottom rotator on this side in my butt is working a lot to help stabilize my body. Up, in, out, batma, down, up, in, out, Batma, down 4 more, 4, breathing, 3, 2, last one, up, in, out, up, down. And again, bend both knees, just hit it out for a second, let it go. Let's roll onto our backs. This is going to be our massage for our hips and our twists at the same time. Hands out to the side, legs up, bent knees or straight legs. This will make it easier. This will make it harder. Twisting down. Use your arms and your back. Let this massage out the back of your hips. Then spiral your head away from your legs. And this tends to be a slightly traveling step, meaning I'm going to slowly travel down my mat, maybe. I'm inhaling down, exhaling up. One more time each side. Bringing it in. Let's do, so what we're doing, a lot of things that we're doing are making sure that we're working our legs in all these different ways. And a lot of this is because of my knee injury, which is, I don't know, it's on the day-to-day, that depends. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. So we're going to do this one, and I'm going to offer you 2 ways of doing it. So I could just be really working on strengthening my quad. Maybe I'm getting a hamstring stretch here, or I can really work on the hamstring stretch. If I don't grab my calf, if I require my leg to hold itself up, I'm going to work my quad more. So work with what feels good to you in your body. Here we go. Up, flex, point, fold, extend, flex, point, fold, extend, flex, point, fold, extend, flex, point, fold, reach it out, flex, point, fold, up, flex, point, fold, long leg, flex, point, fold, last one, up, flex, point, and lower the leg all the way down. We're going to do another lengthen. So here I'm going to move my body. I'm going to slide my heel along the floor 2 inches. I'm going to kick it up, lower down, and then point. Slide it out, kick, lower, and flex. Slide, lift, lower, point, slide, lift. I learned this exercise from Trisha Kay. She danced for the Oakland Ballet. I took ballet with her for years. And she also started the company Katie Dance, like just by knitting some leg warmers for people. And then eventually it became a huge, massive factory in the Bronx. And at a certain point in my life, I worked there for like 6 months. Flex, reach it out, and point, flex, out. Last one, lengthen, lift, lower. And I feel like it really does something. Like I've never encountered that exercise anywhere else. It's a total Trisha Kay. Love it. It's great. It's kind of hard to teach, but I'm in the exact right place for you guys to see it in the video. All right, we're going to do turned out leg, kicking up center. So it's a Batma in a turned out leg. Your inner thigh is bringing it up. It's lined up with your midline for 10. Going 1, 2, inner thigh up, outer thigh down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to roll over onto our sides, grab the ankle, and take that back. It's a quad stretch. Opening up the front of that thigh. If you want to push your leg back, you can. If you want to draw your heel more into your butt, you can. Just make sure your knee is going back. Breathe into it. And then release. Roll over onto your back. Let's just do a quick hip stretch. Draw your knee in towards you. Any version of this that feels good to you. And release. Shake it out. Let it go. Let's flip over to the other side. Wait, do I need to flip over to the side? I don't actually need to. I can stay here. We don't need to flip. We're on our backs. Other leg. Let's go with the other leg. So for me, this is my left. Do whichever one you haven't done. So we're starting with that stretch with the extend the quad, flex, point, fold it in. Up, flex, point, fold, lengthen. Try to stay present with what you're feeling in your body. I feel like when we're on our backs, it's easier to focus on what's actually going on. I feel like there's a thing about laying on your side that makes you kind of space out. So stay present with the sensations in your body, with the movement that you're doing, feeling it happen, seeing it happen, tuning into your whole body, just seeing what's going on with my shoulders, what's going on with my other foot, what's happening in all of my body. Tuning in, bringing on this awareness, opening up these neural pathways, right? So we're strengthening our brain when we add new synapses, where new ideas or new feelings or new awareness is coming in. This is like the anti brain degeneration stuff, right? Either we're building or maybe we're not. So we want to keep doing things that are new or doing the same things with new awareness. Last one. And then taking this other one where we're going to lengthen. So in my lengthening, I am letting my whole body arch and curl a little bit. So I'm really lengthening down, kicking up, coming down, and point. Reach it out. Up. She used to describe it as sliding your foot like out of your hip, but really it's just you reach down in that little bit of an arch in your back. Kick, and then come down, reach it out. Up, down, flex, lengthen, batma, lower, point, lengthen, batma, lower, flex, lengthen, batma, lower, point, lengthen. Two more, flex, reach, kick, and point, reach, kick. Come down, turn out the leg, flex your foot. So it's not parallel, it's rotated out from your hip socket. Inner thigh brings the leg up, outer thigh brings it down for 10. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trying to stay fairly stable in your pelvis. 7, although mine's coming up a little. 8, because I want to throw my leg up. 9, 10, and then release. Onto your side. Grab onto your ankle. Take it back. I think I need to vacuum the back porch next time. Sweeping does not quite do it. Taking your knee back. You can kick further back or just heel to your butt, whatever feels good to you. Stretching that quad. Breathing into it. And then coming onto your back, crossing your ankle over your knee, drawing the other one in towards you. Whatever version you want to do of that stretch, go for it. Breathe. And then release and come down. Just give it a shake. So we haven't used weights yet, but I want to. So if you don't have weights, you can do this all without weights. We're going to be on our backs again. So grab your weights. Gulp down some water if you need it. I've got a couple of sets of 3-pound weights. I think I'm just going to use, am I going to use them both? I might use them both. I've been doing a lot more strength training because I'm a pole dancing, so it might be a situation with both sets. We'll see how it goes. You're going to come down onto your back. This is the circles around your body with the weights. So I'm going to grab all my weights into my hands. Oh yeah, that's totally fine. Circling, and I'm going to knock my knees together, pigeon-toed. So pigeon-toed, knock-kneed. Circling around my body with the weights. Oh, I got to scooch down so I have some space. And then change direction. Other way. Exhale up. Inhale down. Oop. Got the crickety board under my butt. Last one. So what I'm noticing for me is now I have 12 pounds, right? I have 6 pounds and 6 pounds. If I do it with this much weight, I don't have the same mobility as if I do it here. Here I can really reach out and get more open in my tissue, right? But if I have the extra weights for right now, I have to be a little bit more bent to protect my rotator cuff. So you really want to listen into your body if you're shifting around with the amount of weights you're doing so that you don't injure yourself. All right, we're going to do this. I think this is maybe better standing, but I still have more things that I want to do on the mat. So we're going to stand and we're going to get back down in a minute. So we're going to come here. How does this work? Yeah, we're going to come with the hands up, facing down, lift, open, close, face them down, drop it down, up, flip, open, close, flip, down, up, flip, open, close, flip, down. So again, we're working with the tissue in our wrist and forearm to give it some differentiated movement, right? So it's moving in different dimensions as we're spiraling the tissue. We're just giving it more chance to hydrate and get healthier. Last one. Good. Now we're going to do a little balance exercise with this. So I'm going to scooch back so you can see me. I'm going to bring my hands so that they are elbows are forward, and I'm just going to come up to my tippy toes and then down. This is a really light weight. That's okay. I'm just going to go with it. 2. Ankles are going to stay close to each other. 3. 4. Helps if you're not looking down. So if your computer or whatever you're looking at is, if you're watching this, try just to look out in front of you. I'm actually going to get my extra weights because this is a little too light. So up and down, all the way into your shoulder. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. We're going to go plie and push the arms up and then come in. So it's kind of like we're doing the opposite thing, right? We're pushing up as our knees go down. Push. Push and plie. And we just want to train our body to be able to do things that are different, right? Because I could do plie and go up all together, or we can do it the other way around, right? So pushing with the plie. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come in, turn out our feet. So this is ballet, right? This first position, be in a very, if I was like in a ballet company, I might be going for a big turnout, but it's going to not feel great. I want my knees to go over my toes, and I want to be able to push up and squeeze together with my inner thigh. So we're going to push up as we do these bicep curls. Coming up, heels come together to come down. Up, heels together to come down. Up, heels together, inner thighs, butt is working. Up, so we're externally rotating. It's really hard to look down at the camera and do this. Up, look straight out. Feel the verticality of your body. Inner thighs together. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Now we're going to plie. Arms go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to open wider. I think I'm going to drop down back to 3-pound weights. Really easy. I'm going to stick out my butt, arch my back, coming into that position. We're going to do flies here. Going 1, 2, 3. Taking it deep if you can. 4. So your chest is going toward the floor, butt is going back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hands on hips. Hands are going to come back to your hips again. You're here, taking it down. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, coming, and 10. And relax. Circle your shoulders. One way you can bend your knees, big circles, mobilizing all the tissue around your shoulders, your subscapular tissue, the stuff that's under there. There are muscles. Change direction. Also mobilizing rib cage, lungs, and heart. Good. Yeah, so I want to take us back down to the floor, to our stomachs. Actually, not to our stomachs, to our forearms and our knees. We're going to come here, one leg out behind you, reaching out. You're going to kick the ceiling up and down. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come into a forearm plank. Push forward and backward. Come into center. One knee to the floor at a time, parallel, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Twisting underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it down. Let's take the arms out to the sides, circles, breathing, feet are on the floor. Change direction. Hands next to your chest, arch all the way up. Open, open, open. And then relax it down. I'm under here and I can see a Christmas cactus that we have directly in front of me. And it actually looks healthy for the first time in a long time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. It got recently repotted. Inhale up, and now it's got a bunch of new growth. How exciting. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Take it back into your child's pose. Breathe and relax. I can't go all the way down because of my knee. So I'm going to do this rolling up to the crown of your head and then rolling it back. Forward and backward. You can also just hang out in your child's pose. Good. Let's take both legs out in front. Walk your butt from side to side. Forward fold. Breathe into it. And then come up. Let's do knee over knee. One leg folded under, the other one on top. Taking it down, just melting into it. Release your hips. Wiggle if you want to. You don't have to. It's really up to you. Just feeling into your own body, listening in. What does your body need right now? And then release that. Unscramble. Give it a little shake. Switch it to the other side. Like, can I even do this? Oh, it's always like, can I? I think I need the block under my knee. I'm not quite sure what is going to be okay until I get there. But this is actually fine. Is it fine? It's fine. Take it down, melt, wiggle, or not. Surrender and soften. And then when you're ready, unscramble, give it a bang, rotate in and out. So I called this class exercise, mobility, balance, and strength. And when I'm talking about balance, it's not always just balance like I can stand on one leg. It's also balancing the front of the body, the back of the body, the right side, the left side, the contralateral work. Like it's balancing the nervous system with these different patterns. So there's lots of ways of thinking about balance, balancing strength with flexibility, balancing mobility. But now we're just going to do balance. The original thought of what I was thinking of balance, which is you're going to take your hands, they can go either in front of you or on your hips, anywhere. It's going to be easier to balance if they're in some kind of organized pattern. And see, this is like a very typical ballet arm where your arms are really out there helping you balance so you can do things. So we're going to take our leg up and you're going to try closing your eyes and balancing with your eyes closed. If it's enough not to close your eyes, then that's fine too. When you finish with one leg for a while, switch it to the other one. Try it there. So we want to feeling our balance, not using our visual system, our eyes, to balance, but using our proprioception, our kinesthetic awareness to know where we are in space and to feel into that. Switching from side to side. Oh yeah, my one unhappy leg is really enjoying this. But the interesting thing is my right leg used to be my really stable leg, and now my left leg feels like, oh, this piece of cake, easy. And because my right leg is the more compromised leg, it's much more, it has to work harder. Relax, shake it all out, let it go. Breathe, easy and loose. Let go of any tension in your body. Shake, shake, shake. Inhale, open, stretch out and up. Exhale, release. So a lot of times as people age, they fall, right, and break something, and that is not a good thing. So practicing your balance with your eyes closed is a great idea. Also, developing that awareness of what's around me in space. How can I move, right? What can I balance on? Super important, especially as we age. But the most important thing, and if you're here doing this with me, you already know this, is to keep moving. Move a lot, move often, move in diverse ways. All right, that is the end of my live stream, and please like and subscribe.